Today what we're going to do, got my girlfriend on the camera. What I'm going to do is install the fuel rail, and then I'm going to transplant all the remaining parts, the bolts and this bracket onto the new water pump. It's an ACN water pump, the same brand that manufactured them from factory. It's just not a Mitsubishi one. So it's the same brand, but not a Alright guys, so we're going to install the camshafts. What we have to do is there are old camshaft seals here. You want to come show them? So right around here, right on the back. These are old seals right here. We want to get these off and install new ones. So what we're going to have to do is actually bolt down the camshaft, and then you got to find it. Right here, there's actually a passageway for you to put a crescent wrench. So you can put a crescent wrench there, and then have a ratchet on this bolt to take the cam gear off. So we're gonna install that and then get back to you. Everybody, so I learned the hard way that without air tools you probably need two people to do this. So for the camshafts, what I did was I had somebody come over. I had a crescent wrench here, a big boy, that one, and I used a 20-some inch breaker bar. I held the crescent wrench here, and then breaker bar on this, and it is normal thread, so loosen it to the left. So we did that, and it broke free, so I got it on. It's not the torque spec right now, but I loosely have this camshaft together. I put a little bit of sealant here. It's not the sealant that they call for, OEM, but at the end of the day, sealant is sealant. So seal it up, should be good on the caps. And then I put a little bit of sealant over there, just a little bit, nothing crazy. And then after that, I got my girlfriend. I don't get to see each other very much, so I'm not going to finish this off tonight. Any other night I would. But I'm going to get this all covered up and continue on tomorrow. Alright guys, I got my OEM dual overhead cam timing belt for the project car. So that means I am ready to assemble. I have the tensioner bearings. Where they at? Oh, I took them to my room, it looks like. So I got the tensioner bearings I'm all ready to put together. What I have to do is take the cam gears off and then be ready to install the timing, and then ready to put everything else back together and ready to drop back in the engine. So expect in the next couple weeks, engine will be in the car, guys. I'm excited. Hey everybody, back at it, and I am trying to source some information on the camshaft seals. So as you see right here, this one, where it sits right now, I think that's a little deep still. I think it'll be probably right here is where it'll end up sitting. See, this one is kind of deep, and there is kind of a groove that you can see. So what I'm going to try to do is remove this, bring it out a tad, and then bring it back down. So that will involve me probably removing all of those camshaft, or the camshaft bolts for the, I can't even think right now. Just the crank. I'm gonna take off the camshaft. I can't even think right now, guys. Sorry. And then I'll try to make sure that this one's perfect. Move it out. I'll clean up all the sealant that's already on it that I put on, and then I'll move on. But I did finish this one. You can't really see it, but that one's good. This cam gear is not torqued to spec, so I will have to go through. I have to torque down all of these bolts. Oh, camshaft caps. That's what they are. Anyway, I'm going to redo this, and then I'll move on to this one. So I just wanted to, I'm actually talked to Scott Miller. If you know Scott Miller, you are a true 3S guy. So if you know Scott Miller, hit the like button, because he truly is a really good guy. So he helped me out with this and told me there's actually a hole right down here that I don't want to cover up because it's an oil hole. So it allows oil to go up there. So he told me about that. So I'm going to try to install them about that deep and move this one up a tad, or move it out a tad, and then we'll try to be good. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Alright, guys, so I got this one installed. As you can see, there's a considerably less gap. Maybe not on camera, but in person there definitely is a more of like a less of a gap here, so that's good. Honestly, it might be a little bit far in, but it's definitely more out than it was. This side, what I did was I'm putting these 3 caps in so I can remove this one, the cam gear, and remove the seal. So I don't want to seal this up and then have to take it off. That'd be dumb. So I just, I didn't torque these down, but I tightened them down. And then I'm trying to get this cam gear off, but I literally just can't myself. I put my crescent wrench here like you're supposed to, and I have a breaker bar right here. I tried my drill, and I can't get it alone. So what we did to get this one off, I actually had somebody here to do that with me. So I'm just trying to find somebody to come out to my house and help me. So that's the problem I'm running into right now, is actually getting the cam gears off. So what I'm going to do is get all the cam gears on, or all the camshafts on. Get these 3 on, these 3 cam caps on each one on, and then we'll worry about the rest later. So I'm going to get started on that and then get to you guys as soon as the camshafts are. Alright, guys, so I come into the parts room. It's getting really, really small. Camshafts, once they're installed and timing is done, almost all this stuff can go back on. We're talking power steering pump, we're talking all these brackets over there. Plenum won't go on until the engine gets in the car. I can't put this on, the coolant housing, like the thermostat housing, that whole fixture. That can't go on until the engine is in also. All these shields can go on, the manifolds. Those are the transmission plates. That's for the heads to hold to the plenum. Battery box, or battery bracket. And we have pulleys, idler, tensioners, all that. And then we have just miscellaneous. We have the crank sprocket, harmonic balancer, PTU. I'm going to get a new PTU. I need to get 2 more flywheel bolts. I need to get a couple of these PVC hoses, PCV hoses, PCV. And then I'm going to put these cranks on right now just to mock them up, so that when I do get help, all I need to do is have them break off the bolts with me, and then I can install all the caps. So guys, this is it. This is everything I have left, and hopefully in the next week or so we have an engine put together. Alright guys, so update. I just torqued these down to this the auto tensioner pulley to 35 foot-pounds, 45 foot-pounds for this idler pulley. Sam and I last night torqued the cam gears down 65 foot-pounds each, and today I just torqued down the cam caps 12 or 14 foot-pounds on the end caps on the front and the rear heads, and then on the 3 caps in the middle it is 8 foot-pounds. So this is what it's looking like right now, guys. A little update. I am busy for the day, so I won't be able to throw the timing belt on, but tomorrow's looking like the timing belt's going on, so stay tuned for that. Everybody, so I just adjusted this to top dead center. As you can see, here's the mark there, and then on that little disc in the back for the crank position sensor, there's also a little divot right there. Both line up to that. This mark here, that means that cylinder number 1 is all the way up and it's top dead center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the timing belt around, and I'm going to mark these timing marks with that. This one's already good, and as you can see, this one is supposed to be over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the belt around here, put a notebook clip that I have right there, a notebook clip on that, and a zip tie, hold it in place, wrap the belt around, and then take a wrench, turn this to where it's in time with that line, and then I'm going to wrap the belt around that, notebook clip, zip tie, hold that in place, put the belt under the water pump, back around, and then I'm going to turn this one into time, notebook clip, zip tie, and then basically I'm just going to do the same thing for all these. Notebook clip, zip tie once it's the timing mark on the cam gear is lined with the timing mark on the valve cover. Wrap it around, and then I already tightened this down, as I stated previously. This is already tightened down, so what I'm going to do is just since it's a solid timing tensioner setup, you tighten this before you adjust your timing. So you're gonna wrap your belt around here, and then how that works is you just adjust the timing with, or the tension with this nut that goes through this bolt to adjust how tight you want the belt, or how tight the belt's supposed to be. So I'm gonna get started on that. As you see, guys, my tripod broke, so I can't actually set you up, so it might have to be from the ground. But I just want to let you guys know how I'm doing it, and I've never done this, so I'm gonna take my time and make sure I do it right. All right, guys. So here it is. This is timing. I've come to the conclusion. I literally restarted this at least 5 times because I thought I was wrong. But what you do is you want to start on this side. I can take these clips off, but start from the right side. For my experience, I could literally have lined these up with my hands. They were basically sat in perfectly in time. So as you can see, those lines are almost perfect. And come over here, these lines almost perfect. And it being a solid timing tensioner, from what I've heard, this is not facts, but from what I've heard is, instead of all of the tension spread throughout the belt like an auto tensioner would, that all the tension would be in one spot. So you want to try to have the tension all up here, from the video that I've heard. So sorry if my information is wrong, but as you can see, there's a little bit more rebound here than there is here. Like, I'm not pushing on it too hard. So there's definitely a lot more play over here than there's anywhere else in the belt, and that's where I want it. So with the solid timing tensioner setup, you want to make sure that you have the belt placed, everything's in time, your cams are in time, and then you come to the bottom. You want to make sure that your tensioner pulley is cranked all the way over, or in whatever position is, at least so that this nut or this bolt, whenever it puts tension on the belt, you're going to actually have a good amount of tension. What I did the first time is I had the pulley all the way tilt to the left, so even when I cranked this all the way over, it wouldn't have tension on the belt. So you want to make sure that your tensioner pulley is set to the right at some point, and now I have to retorque the bolt. So what I did, now I'm done. So I actually have this nut. It's like a lock nut with 2 washers, and that's all the way it's bolted on. So now this is my final product, guys. This took me, I want to say, probably close to 3 hours, 2.5, but it is done, and I'm so pleased that I got this done. And I'm just like rambling, but it's done. I'm ready to drop the engine in after I get just timing covers and everything on. So boom, there it is. We're gonna start getting everything on. And again, I'm sorry my tripod broke. I keep saying that, but I want to do time lapses, but I can't because my tripod's broke. So I'm just gonna get onto that, guys, and get you guys to the next step. Guys, I'm really just trying to keep you updated as updated as possible. So timing's done. I rotated it twice and it still lines up. I just double checked all the torque specs for the tensioner, this bolt for the tensioner bearing or tensioner pulley. I just checked that for the idler pulley, and I'm currently installing the sensors for the crank position sensor, and currently installing the cam position sensor. After I install those, I am then able to install the rear timing cover, and then from there I can install the front motor mount, or the front motor mount. And then, guys, I'm just gonna install exhaust manifolds, etc., and then I'm going to drop this engine in this weekend. Hey guys, this is what I got done today. I got the timing completely done, and I got these pulleys on. The crank pulley is not torqued, but it is on. Power steering pump is on. Power steering belt is on. These miscellaneous brackets are on. The upper intake plenum does not go on until after the engine is dropped. So yeah, that is that. This is where I'm at. Oh, I got spark plugs in finally. I don't know why I've been waiting so long. But I have to wait until the engine's dropped in because the engine stand is actually in the way to drop in this entire side of what the engine is. So it looks like I got a lot more done than I actually, no, I got quite a bit done. I'm not going to undermine myself. So I got done, guys. Appreciate you coming along. Hey everybody, thanks for coming along in the video. The engine rebuild series is still going strong. We have, I think, one or two more parts left in the series. We are almost at 300 subscribers, guys. Keep hitting that subscribe button. I didn't do a lot of time lapses because my tripod broke. I actually just got a new one. I'm using it right now. But I didn't do a lot of time lapses. There's a lot of explaining that had to be done in this video. So if you got all the way to this point, thank you. I really, really am appreciative of that. So that being said, like the video, share the video. You know all that stuff. So keep watching the videos, guys. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you next time.